I can't tell if this is recording. I think it is. Hi, welcome, and thank you for being here today. I hope you're having a gorgeous day or night. We're gonna dive on in and get some clarity, see what messages would be the most helpful for you today. This reading's timeless. Whenever it finds you, it is the right time. See what resonates, leave what doesn't. Always follow and trust that divine inner guidance that's in you, and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound and based in love and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Love. Let's begin. We're going to start with the divine truth today. I'm going to do my very best to hold this whole deck of cards. I might have to, I'm not sure. Maybe if I do it like this, let's switch it up a little. Let's see what comes out and would be the most helpful for you today. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. You have a missing puzzle piece that is clicking back together over here. There's somebody that recognizes how you are a beautiful fit, just the right vibration to them. This is somebody who feels like you're the missing piece to the puzzle, the dilemma of their life. Like you came in here and all of a sudden everything else just clicked into place. We were made for one another. So for some of you, this is somebody new that you're going to meet. Right away, you're just going to click. You're going to have a sense of, you know, the same kind of sense of humor or get each other's humor. You're going to have some sassy banter. Your chemistry is going to be like right on in sync. It's going to be an equal situation. I don't feel like one person is completely in Google eyes and the other is like, I do feel like it clicks. It's almost like you can finish each other's sentences. And if that's a specific person some of you have already met, maybe something kind of like snapped apart, but it's going to snap back together just like that. Somebody's snapping into action. Somebody's ready to take action towards you, or I'm getting like make a lot of changes because now you are in the mix. I don't know. That's kind of cool. I do feel like somebody's making some changes though, because they're considering you in all of their decisions. What else? I'm gonna try to hold it a different way. See, somebody's coming towards you. Somebody, even if they were typically an introvert, they're not around you. I feel like you open up like these facets about a certain person, and they open up to you differently than they have ever opened up to anyone else. Maybe they're opening up about dreams, hopes, fears, different experiences they've had in their life. For some reason, they're super comfortable around you. This is somebody maybe for some of you that had a little lack of confidence, maybe in the beginning, or maybe at one point, but they're gaining their confidence back. I don't know why I just saw, it's really weird. I just saw like a jack in the box. So maybe somebody had something all pretty wrapped. They thought they had everything all wrapped up in a pretty little box, but it was actually dark in there. They didn't recognize they were in the dark until they met you. You turned on a light. I actually see that jack in the box. Like, so maybe there's a surprise energy here. Like, surprise, you didn't know when it was going to come, but you knew it would happen. You knew something would come together. Maybe it even needed a little, divine friction or a little tension for something to snap back into action. But I see that jack in the box kind of coming out, and I don't feel like it's like I feel like it's like a I don't know, like a good surprise. like almost like you can't believe what just happened. And I see that I just sometimes try to explain the little pictures I get. I like when I get the actual imagery though. I see like this jack-in-the-box kind of like bouncing up and down, almost like somebody's got a little spring in their step, a little pep in their step. But I actually see that almost releasing, like the spring becomes unhinged, and I see the jack-in-the-box like zooming up into the sky and flying like Superman or Superwoman. So maybe it's about freedom or flying or something really popping out of the box. It's almost like if somebody had all their little boxes checked, you completely like took their list, rolled it in a ball, and you're like, yeah, you can throw that all out the window. I'm just gonna introduce you to brand new categories and things that you never even knew existed, nor that you wanted. And you know what? It's gonna fit you just perfect. You just never knew it before because you didn't have this experience. That's kind of what I'm getting. Like you just really blew someone's mind open, maybe their heart as well. Moving towards you with confidence. This is somebody ready to show you how much, oh, that's really sweet. Ready to show you how much they love you. So this is somebody that definitely wants to express themselves with actions towards you. I'm also seeing that maybe somebody likes to dance. Very specifically, I see a belly dancer. Maybe that's something that you do, or something that somebody you meet does. Maybe you're gonna get a little private show, a little belly dancing show in the living room. That's really fun. All right, let's see. I do feel like whoever it is you're connecting to and is connecting to you, you find each other extremely sexy in whatever it is that you do, whatever your thing is. I don't even feel like it has to be a thing. You know, it could just be the way you fold laundry. The person thinks that's pretty sassy. Yeah, I feel like somebody's just watching your movement, like your body language. Maybe that's the message I'm getting. Maybe it's not so much the words or the gestures, but it's maybe how somebody mirrors you. How their eyes look at you, something about the way their mouth moves. I actually see like footsie. Like if you're out to eat, like kind of like playing footsie under the table, or somebody's like touching your thigh or something like that, like little brushes that are really flirty, even though it seems kind of innocent with this person. It's like, oh, like I'm getting that, it's like, oh, it gives you like the tingles. Yeah, I'm even seeing that if this is somebody who's not typically like one who would be, you know, doing PDA, you know, kissing in public and something like that, they don't give a shit around you. They just want to be in your energy field, want to be around you. This is somebody who really likes being in your presence, but especially feeling your touch. Wow, this got sassy, guys. All right, let's see. What is another message? Something else. Wow. Yeah, somebody, you opened someone's mind. You blew their mind open. You also enlightened somebody's soul, but I don't think that this is just a one street, one-way situation. I feel like you've done this for each other. You've helped each other blossom all over in your life. You have this energy, this multifaceted situation of enlightenment. I'm also getting it's just feeling lighter. Maybe that's why I saw the jack-in-the-box kind of bouncing. Like something isn't so heavy with this person. There's also something about, even if it's a heavy situation, when you put your heads together, your hearts together, you can figure anything out. Any kind of dilemma. All of a sudden, maybe because this person's different than you and they see a totally different perspective, you know, a facet of that crystal you never thought to look in. The truth has been illuminated. The truth is lit in their soul. This is also somebody that sees something in a truthful light. I'm kind of getting that they just didn't see before. So I feel like that goes both ways. I feel like somebody is recognizing the truth in this connection, the truth in your words and your authenticity, but also the truth in who they are becoming. Why something had to happen in a certain time frame, or why something, I don't know, happened in a certain way that it did, even though it didn't kind of feel right. This person's seeing how no, it happened exactly right. Maybe there were lessons that had to be learned. Enlightenment isn't like, well, the light is on and everything makes sense. Sometimes when enlightenment comes in, it gets a little more confusing before it feels a little bright, you know, more bright, because you start to question things you wouldn't have otherwise. You question things that you kind of just took as truth before, and all of a sudden what you thought was reality, what you thought was truth, what you thought was real starts to look a little weird, or you're asking different questions you never thought of before. Therefore, you're seeing more truth in what you can't see. So I'm getting like more truth in the actual energy of a situation than maybe what was presented. Because people can present anything. It's giving me kind of social media energy. You know, people can present their lives to be whatever they can imagine, whatever they can make a fun picture, you know, whatever they want to type in. That doesn't mean it's the truth of a situation. So maybe there is something that this person is starting to recognize, where it's more valuable to live in the authentic energy than I don't know, like accept the false narrative, something like that. I can't hide from what you've shown me. Maybe it's like I am seeing media. It could even be the news. You know, is the news the truth? Depends on the vibration, depends on where you get your information. Sometimes the news is just programming, you know, it's programming the whole mass to focus or see something through whoever did that, you know, type that in for that newscast. I don't know why I just heard a documentary, but the news isn't always reality. Also, the news is energy. So maybe pay attention to your sources of information. I'm also seeing something about education, and I mean, that just could be cultural conditioning, you know, the status quo, society, maybe beliefs being accepted because that's always how it was. I feel like whoever this is questioning a lot. There's also something that I am getting on going to different resources, not just to one place. Yeah, somebody is, I love this. Somebody was seeing something through where they thought they were comfortable. I saw that Jack in the Box before. Maybe it wasn't a box, maybe it was a ball. Somebody was, you know, stuck down in that manhole. I don't know why I kind of looked at that and I saw a piece of cheese. Maybe it's like Swiss cheese. Maybe somebody's filling in the holes. This is somebody who recognized that where they were was not comfortable. When they're with you, they feel peace and tranquility, excitement and enthusiasm, comfort and happiness. Where they were was starting to feel like they were swallowed by that hole. Like that cheese was starting to smell and, you know, get a little rotted. Something was getting stinky, you know, where they were, but they, you know, when you're just in a funk, these messages today, like when you're around a funky smell for a long time, you don't recognize that it's funky until you go out and then you walk back in, you're like, ooh, yeah, something's smelly in here. But when you're in it, you don't recognize that there's a weird smell. I hope that made sense. I feel like somebody has stepped outside their comfort zone and recognized that there was something stinky about where they were. And they're freshening something up, probably by heading towards you. I am releasing fears and stepping out of my comfort zone to come close to you. If somebody's enlightened, that probably means they're gaining a lot of strength to look at many different facets of their life and seeing where a cycle was just on repeat. And I feel like somebody wants to be like Superman, to expand, not to be stuck on a rusty spring. It's like they got a little bounce and they're ready to take off. I am releasing fears. That's really strong. That could be you too. Maybe for some of you, if you're not typically the one that gets out there, if this is somebody new you're meeting, maybe it's, you know, doing something a little different today, following that enlightenment and divine guidance inside of you that might be taking you towards the right person. It might require you to get off the couch or leave the office or go to a new, I don't know, go to a new restaurant, go to a new town, maybe take a trip somewhere, maybe go out with a different person, go out with a new friend. Maybe it's somebody that they know that you meet. It's something where you have to kind of give yourself that little push, step up to bat. I feel like you're gonna hit a home run, man. I feel like you're gonna hit something like out of the stadium, out of the ballpark. But that walking up to bat is maybe the hardest part. There's something here about this energy where you don't want to sit on the bench anymore. You're getting a little itchy for some new action. I don't know why I heard attention and I just thought of that song. I think it's Shawn Mendes, Attention, but I don't think that's the song I'm getting. It's the other one where I picture everyone naked. What is that song? Wait, I got it. There's like a lot of words. Wait, hold on, because that's the one that is the one that should be coming through. Maybe for some of you, somebody needed attention, but I don't think it's that weird attention. I think this is like you're at attention. maybe someone's at attention. No, that like, I think of so. Oh, I can't get it. I think my neighbors have the bass on over there. And it's like, there's a discombobulated music brain file situation happening, but I'll put it in the, ooh, I've been shaking. I love it when you go crazy. You take my inhibitions. Ooh, no holding me back. There we go. That's the one. Ooh, crazy. What that song. There's something about that song. Maybe listen to it. You break my inhibitions. You drive me crazy, and there's nothing holding me back. Maybe there's nothing holding somebody back now. I did see that spring kind of breaking. So let's use these as the base. I brought this, but I was only using it as a paperweight because it was windy before, but let's get you an angel answer. Let's just see what comes through. Let's pull one angel answer that would be helpful on comfort zone, enlightenment, extroverted, missing piece. What would be a helpful message from the angelic realm of love for the collective right now, please and thank you. One message from the angels. I just saw like a stool, like a you know, like kind of like I have this on, like, let me show you. I just saw like, not actually, I guess I actually see it now, but like something like that, like almost like a bar stool, but they have stools like that in kitchens too. And I feel like there was an empty stool and somebody just sits next to you. Maybe you've been waiting for a conversation or something like that. And now I just saw milkshakes. I just learned to say what comes through. Sometimes it makes no sense to me at all. Maybe somebody's gonna bring you a milkshake. Maybe it's one milkshake, 2 straws, please. That's really kind of cute. What do they call that? Like in 1950s, you know, it was like the barista of the 1950s. I think they called it the soda jerk. Maybe it's like a root beer float or something. Oh, wow. Thank you, angels. If you were in an uncomfortable comfort zone, or you even thought that you were comfortable, get ready for something to get a lot better. You have huge, big, happy changes. I just saw like the end of Pretty Woman. Like, big mistake. Big. Maybe somebody made a big mistake. Maybe somebody judged somebody else or judged you. I don't feel like that's this person, but maybe somewhere in your life there is somebody looking at you through a different facet. Maybe somebody is seeing that you made a lot of these big happy changes in their life. Maybe that's even where you inspired somebody, almost like giving them permission that they can make some big changes in their life too. They can also step out of their comfort zone. They can also get out there and see that they might click with the right new friend or click with the right group or lover. There's something about you inspiring others to be okay with change. Here you are just, you're glowing. Your higher self is like its own aura. It's like this, it's almost like your higher self actually looks like an angel. It actually looks like it's connecting to your heart, which is above your head. So being enlightened about following your heart or the truth of your heart, and you have this energy that's actually beaming out of your heart. I'm getting that it's that pep in your step, that lift in vibration, that lightening in your energy, and you're felt. I actually feel like what's happening here is either it's like one way or the other. Either you are doing something in your life and you're just, you know, really starting to open up to more and more opportunities, following your joy, getting out there, talking about the things that you are into or you're working on. Like just really being in your authenticity overall in life. And I feel like you are opening up more doors of opportunity all over because people feel that energy in you. So it might be creating more and more changes in your life, but all for the better. I also feel like there are some people that might just stay in that hole here, and that's okay because you're going to be vibing with the right ones. And I feel like it's amongst that beautiful vibrational energy that maybe this person comes back or comes into your life. And for some of you, it can be the opposite. You might meet somebody first that is sort of the catalyst, that maybe you have conversations about those dreams you never started. Maybe this person, you know, really believes in you and kind of gives you a little boost in confidence on something that you didn't want to step up to bat to or give a go with before, and you do, and you know, hit that ball out of the ballpark. Like you really hit like not just a home run. So maybe it's even that little burst or that initial spark, and that could stem from a person you're connecting to, but I feel like that still creates that energy where overall you still have all of these extra blessings that just like magic start to fall in your life out of nowhere. So it doesn't really matter here what the root is. I feel like you are actually connecting to somebody because you're vibing high already. I don't think you meet somebody and then all the happiness comes in, because now that feels like pressure. You know, that's putting too much pressure. Oh, you're in my life now, and now everything is all, you know, rainbows and butterflies and sunshine, and you're open. It's not that. It's not that. There's an authenticity here that was already going on in your vibration before you connected with this person. I do feel like you inspire each other, and I do feel like you and someone else probably start new things because of conversation and because of, you know, that motivational, it's almost like you got your I don't know, it's like your person, like your teammate. You know, like, you can do it. I got your back. You're a rock star, you know? You're a genius. You can handle this. Like, I feel like you got your, like, it's like I want to say like you're the head of your fan club, but it goes both ways. It's like you're a fan club, but you're on the same team. But I do feel like you have different things you do. Oh, this reading is kind of all over the place, but it does feel very vibrationally high. I hope some of that makes sense to you guys. So just embrace these big happy changes that are coming in. And if there is anything changing and it feels a little bit like that, you know, like that manhole here, I feel like I see the Superman thing. I feel like even if you're in that hole, you're gonna fly out, or there's like a magic lasso under there and you're gonna able, you know, to get yourself out of it. I feel like you're gonna be very proud of yourself for all that you have gone through and all the growth and strength that you have because of what you went through. And I feel like the next chapter is going to be so different for you than wherever you were. What are some messages from the mystery deck? Get to it. Well, you know, if you're down in that black hole here, catapult out of it. Start to climb your way out. Start to see something a different way. Focus to the light, not what's in the dark around you. Focus on the possibilities with new energy that comes in your life. Try to illuminate a situation in a different way than you were seeing it before. What do you get to do? That is so much better. That's the difference in this new chapter. You can look at any task. Yeah, what I see somebody folding laundry before. You know, you could be like, ugh, I want to fold the laundry. But what if you put on some good music? What if, you know, you get to meditate? Just really fold your laundry in a different way. What if that is something that you look at now as a blessing? Wow, you get to fold your laundry today. Look at the beautiful clothes you have. Look at all that you get to wear. You know, look at how organized you make something and how much better you feel after it's done. It's just not necessarily different tasks, but it is a new mindset. Maybe for some of you, you are really switching something up in your life, and maybe you always felt like you had to do this. That's what you signed up for. That's what gets you by. I just thought of Talib. Just to get by. This morning, I woke up feeling brand new. I jumped up just to stop smoking, stop drinking, and about reason, my reason just to get that song. I actually love that song. It's maybe some big changes that come even with getting healthier. I mean, what if you get a couple of extra steps in by not parking so close to the front of the store? You know, it's like, I feel like it's small little things that are making a big difference. Maybe you get to really spend some beautiful moments with somebody you click with. Maybe for some of you, if you don't have that person that you click with in love land, but you do in friend land or in your family, then maybe it's making more changes to spend time with those people that you really enjoy being around. Maybe for some of you, it's really starting to enjoy your own company. You get to do something on your own. What are you going to do first? I also feel like some of you might do something where in the past you would consider it kind of drastic, or maybe others think that's a drastic change, but it's actually a really good change. Whether that's totally switching your hair color, or like if you always had a beard, maybe you're shaving your beard, Maybe some of you are getting a tattoo, like kind of like something kind of big, but it's you. Like you're really, maybe it's something you thought about for a long time and you just do it. It's funny, I saw all that stuff was stepping up to bat. Maybe, you know, somebody didn't step up to bat because once or twice or in the past they dropped the ball. You pick it up and you throw it back. Maybe somebody dropped the ball with you and maybe they're finding that ball, tossing it back, continuing that game, or dropping the games and doing something a totally different way. If it was game playing, if you drop the ball, pick it back up. That could be whatever I saw before, where you were, you know, maybe didn't want to fail at something, or something's a big chance to take. You know, it's a big step out of your comfort zone. I feel like that chance is worth taking. And trust yourself. Trust yourself each step of the way. You know, if you drop the ball and you recognize that that arena or that area or that partnership or that situation is not your sport, you know, it's not your game. You're not enjoying yourself. You'd rather be knitting with some friends. You know, I saw like a knitting club. Then you trying something and it being wrong is still a blessing, because you're one step more towards what would be right for you. But if you're staying in a game that's not for you and insisting because that's what you think you have to do, then it's like you're going to be sitting on the bench but imagining that you were in that knitting class. That was a really weird comparison to see. I also am getting that there's something about who you're around, because I'm getting that almost like Five of Wands energy. Oh, maybe we should go to the tarot. Almost Five of Wands, you know, where when you're on the same team as someone and you are playing that scrimmage match and you have different, you know, jerseys on because you believe in each other and you're helping each other out so that you both get stronger and win the big game when you're on the same team, that's a good energy. But if it's, you know, too many cooks in the kitchen kind of situation, or too many closed minds around and not the right vibrations you groove with, I feel like maybe it's leaving that team or whatever that is. I just saw somebody literally like dropping the ball, putting down the bat, and walking out of the stadium, and then going, I should have recognized that the reason my screen was so dark and I couldn't see when I had it on is because my battery was almost dead. So I had a little bit of that reading where I was just talking to myself. So I went inside. I had to get 2 extension cords to plug my phone in out here to finish the reading. I'm not sure exactly where it got cut off, but let's just jump into the tarot and go with it, you know. The ball gets dropped, pick it up, plug it in, and keep going. So let's see some deeper messages about enlightenment and truth, feeling more confident, new experiences and facing fears, clicking with the right person, what you get to do, huge happy changes coming in. Let's see, clarity for the collective. What is the main focus or the main thing right now today to know about, focus on, and have awareness of? Please and thank you. What is the center focal point? Maybe you're going fishing. What is this? It's the Hermit. I love this. So catch you later. Maybe you're saying, maybe, I mean, that's actually really cute. Maybe it's a little alone time, or it could be alone time with someone, but this is that illumination. This is turning the light on in the dark. This is somebody gaining some spiritual insight and healing deeply by having different self-awareness. This is somebody recognizing the wisdom they've gained through experiences Sometimes this is meditation. It looks like this guy is meditating via fishing. Maybe it's even going on like a kayak or walking your dog in the woods, connecting with nature. I also feel like there's something coming in where it's pretty cool. I actually see, like, you know, when somebody goes, I caught a fish this big, you get to have that experience where you're saying that, but you actually did. Like, it's like different. It's almost like someone's like, nah, that didn't happen. You're like, no, I really caught a fish that big, and you have like the actual measurements to show it, whatever that is. I do feel like it's a big, I'm almost getting like a victory, even though that's not typically the energy in the Hermit. It could be a Virgo you're connecting to, or you have Virgo in your chart. Maybe this is an almost ending. Maybe this is time to reflect around a transition or around all these big happy changes. Maybe it's whatever I was saying before. Hopefully that didn't get cut out by the right team players around you. Because I feel like if somebody went fishing with this person, they could both be just standing there fly fishing. You know, what is that? A river runs through it. You know, not even talking to each other, and just being in nature and enjoying each other's company without having to have a lot of words or heavy discussions. There's something about just enjoying somebody's presence, company. And if there's a team player or a non-team player or other people around you where all you want to do is go fishing, like, I'm gonna go take a walk, you know, where it's more comfortable out here and not too many cooks in the kitchen like over there. You know, I feel like you are taking yourself out of any situation where it felt a little bit, I'm getting crowded, but I don't feel, I feel like it's a weird crowd because somebody was crowding on your space or getting up in your space, you know, that feeling like somebody's just all like there. I feel like for some of you, somebody had to tell somebody no, or say like, I need a little space right now. Like, back someone up, you know, say, hey, no, you know, I'd like to help you out, but I'm gonna go fishing. You got to figure it out on your own. I am getting that little hermit energy where sometimes the hermit has to turn someone's light off, even if they're down there in that hole. It's not having compassion. It's actually the opposite. It's actually strength to not enable someone when they are lacking follow through or not even trying to do something on their own. They're actually going to learn better by somebody not doing their homework for them. Kind of what I'm getting. So sometimes it is turning on that light, seeing the truth that's written on the wall was right there the whole time. And sometimes it's walking out, turning that light switch out, turning your light lantern on by yourself, and letting somebody else figure out where their own lantern is. I hope that made sense. I also, you know what I said before about the social media thing? Where somebody can like take a picture and it can be whatever they want. There's something about that's your like you're like, no, I really caught a fish that big. Do you want to see? I got the picture. And it's not like AI generated, it's real. So there is something that you're proud of. You have something like tangible and physical, like in your hands. This person has the biggest smile on their face. Actually, these people have pretty nice smiles as well. And so does this person. It even looks like that cat smiling. The only one who's, well, she's smiling from the backside. Maybe somebody has a nice rump. This person has a smile, but it's more like they're keeping something to themselves kind of smile. You know, it doesn't look like they have a sourpuss face on. There's a little smirk there, but I am getting a little bit of energy from this person that they're looking at another situation and almost like, I know something you don't, but not trying to push what it is that they know. just in gratitude that they get to see something in a different way. Because part of that enlightenment is acceptance. You know, not everybody's going to see something in the same way. And that's beautiful. It's only when somebody's completely closed-minded and needs to be right kind of energy that it gets kind of awkward. I feel like somebody doesn't want to even argue with anybody like that. It's just like, yeah, you're right. Totally right. And then somebody's just maybe going their own way to where it's not about being right or wrong or even proving something. I'm getting like a softer energy. I don't know what that means. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Clarity on the Hermit, please. Clarity on the Hermit. What is that? Like a Judgment. These are big energies. You're gonna hear it drum roll, like drum roll please. You know something's coming. You can feel it, you know, you can feel that thunder. You can feel that energy changing. Judgment is kind of what I was just saying with this, where it's like you're releasing judgment on anyone else, like they didn't learn the lesson, they don't really get it, they don't see something in a certain way because they didn't have that experience. It is what it is. You know, some people continue their karmic cycles and patterns and habits. Some people have big judgment situations where they hear that divine calling and all of a sudden something snaps into place or changes in their life and they see something different than they saw it before. Therefore, that inner awareness creates changes in life. It's releasing judgment on anyone else and also on yourself. If you messed up, did you learn? Have you made changes? Will you do it the same way again? Is there something that you should be really proud of yourself for doing? Are there beautiful seeds that you have planted in your life that are bringing more of that Dharma, North Node, destiny kind of energy into your life? Then that's also heard and witnessed by God and the divine, by your higher self. And it's being proud of yourself for those things that you want to keep with you. So I am getting like kind of like acts of service. I actually see like somebody, I actually see somebody's like credit card not working. Maybe, I don't know, in a grocery store or something like that. Could be getting gas and somebody else pays for them. Like, I'm not judging you, it's cool. Maybe, you know, call the credit card company, I got it. I actually see somebody paying for somebody else's dinner, or even buying a couple lottery tickets and just giving them away. Holding the door open for someone. It doesn't have to even be money. I just see small acts of kindness, maybe giving a stranger flowers. I feel like it's beautiful seeds of love that you have spread into the world, or maybe this person you're connecting to has. And I do feel like there are blessings coming divinely back, not that were asked for or expected or even anticipated, but there's something about you getting a gift back because of a small difference you made in somebody's life. Just one person. Maybe that small act of kindness inspired someone else to be kind to someone else. And that person was kind to somebody else. And that somehow spread. What does this say? Hold on, I need my glasses. I hope I have them. Do I have my glasses? Oh, I don't know if I have them. I do. Because these words are tiny. What does it say? Think big, think loud. Thumbs up. Maybe it's something like that. I guess I could, that's here. If you are enjoying this reading, and you could give it a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. It's, nice to know when a reading is connecting to somebody. So if you are enjoying this reading, or put a fun emoji. I like stuff like that even better. Like if you like, I don't know, if you like cats or hearts or flowers or, you know, something like that. A fish, maybe put a cool little emoji in the comments. And then I'm kind of interested in what all of you choose. So you can all see like someone else's favorite emoji or something like that. Because I do feel like we're a beautiful soul family here. You know, there's a reason that we all resonate together, or that you are new here and you found this. Maybe some of you play percussion instrument. I don't know why I heard, I feel like some of you might do something with comedy, because I heard that, you know, when someone like, will joke. Advertise with us. I kind of feel like some of you do something with maybe advertising or writing a jingle, or I don't know why I'm getting like sound effects. I don't know what that means. Maybe some of you, you know, the people that do the sound effects over like a cartoon. That's a very specific job, but that's sort of what I see. Marketing is everything. Maybe there was a judging a book by its cover, but maybe if you do have a business, it's about perhaps marketing, you know, word of mouth. That would be that pay it forward, you know, a customer, a client, something like that has a beautiful moment with you. You know, just a relatability and something really special where they connect with you, and by word of mouth, because it's authentic when they talk about you, you know, that word of mouth travels and you gain your client base if some of you have a business. It could also be maybe advertising in the right, like, local newspaper or a billboard. Maybe it's even for some of you about a brand or a logo, or, you know, I'm looking at this t-shirt, maybe something with having a t-shirt. I feel like if you have a t-shirt or something like that, but it's not just like the typical go to the craft store $7 t-shirt, but it's actually like a really nice, like it feels really good to wear it. I feel like somebody might have your t-shirt or your, you know, and wear it because it's actually their favorite t-shirt and it's so comfortable and give you a lot of advertising. That's sort of what I see. I kind of, you know, I told you these are a little bit different here. So if it's upside down, it's recognizing that being too judgmental on yourself or too hard on yourself for not being human and messing up is gonna keep you in that hole longer. It could also be for some of you releasing energies around you that are very judgy or very pushy or very much their reflection is out there on everyone else and never on themselves. 20. It's taking you towards the world, which is an almost ending and an almost ending. Because the 20 goes to the 21, which is the big ending, and the 9 will take you to the 10. So there's something that's just about to end or just about to change. I actually just saw somebody almost like emptying out something. I actually see somebody emptying out a suitcase they had packed to create space to put something new in it. To maybe some of you are moving or going on vacation. What else would be helpful? Oh, baby, you are going on vacation. You have the sun. All right, when the sun comes through, this is you. That's big, happy changes. That's your truth. That's total illumination. That's clarity after confusion. If it was a rainy day, the sun's still creating growth. The sun is still always there. Maybe some of you are doing something in a tropical environment. Maybe this is catching the right waves, or the winds of change are blowing your sails in a new direction. This is a great opportunity. This is feeling like yourself. There's no feeling or need to hide who you really are when the sun comes through. It's complete acceptance and happiness. It's feeling like a kid. It's laughing your ass off. It's an opportunity that you can't miss. It's something that's absolutely meant for you. What does this say? It says since 1934. It's like a 17, maybe Aquarius energy too, or something happens between the 17th and the 19th. Also, the star is like our star, which is the sun. I feel like this has to do with whatever I saw here with your vibes, your aura being gigantic, feeling really good. It always makes me think of feeling good. Bum, da-dum, da-dum. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. That one. Cocktails, beer, and cold drinks. 00 to 24 something. That's giving me that energy, like, you know, like you want the water to be a little bit chilly because the day is so hot. It's like that perfect temperature. Maybe this is just overall clarity, or this is just knowing that there's something wonderful you get to do today. What is at the bottom? The 10 of drinks, the 10 of cups. That's taking you. Also, the 1-9 is a 10. So you have two almost endings here, and now you've gotten to the ending. But this is your happily ever after. Maybe you like whiskey. 10 of drinks is like the 10 of cups, limited edition. So this is something that there's, you know, something was made special for you. It's your perfect happily ever after. It's also recognizing the difference between that fantasy and how the real happy ever after is when it's brought to reality. When it's, you know, the weird days where you need somebody to, I don't know why I just saw somebody helping you with the car with that. Where, you know, something doesn't work out, but yet when you have this happily ever after energy, even the weird days feel perfect. It's also where you have this abundance of blessings, an abundance of people in your life that you enjoy being around. Award-winning, handcrafted. Quality of life, something with really valuing the time that you have, valuing the opportunities that come into your life, taking a hold of them when they are there, recognizing that endings bring new beginnings. Genuine. Feeling like you're genuine. There's something about feeling like you're living your truth here. Huh. Whiskey. Upside down, it can be. It can be, just for some of you. Sort of the energy where somebody had that, you know, happily ever after kind of energy. Maybe we need to look at that too. Happily ever after that never happened. Or happily ever after that became complacent. Or something, because sometimes you can have this beautiful idea of what you think your storybook situation is going to be, and then it's like the second half of Into the Woods, where everything like gets all, you know, messed up. But there's something about something getting all messed up where how it ends up unfolding is even better than what you thought you wanted it to be. Sometimes you have to have a big weird ending for what you never thought would be your dream come true to come in. I hope that made sense, but sometimes that does sort of blow when you have a dream that never really got to unfold. Time for yourself, day spa, salon, skin clinic, 8 of pleasures. So that's like the 8 of rods. Interesting, because the 8 of rods is usually something that happens really, really fast. And this looks like you're totally taking your time. Except you do have bamboo there, which is lucky. And bamboo is also something that does grow pretty fast. There's also buttercups here, or daffodils. Maybe it's taking a day off if you feel like everything is always happening really fast. I mean, here you have the guy fishing. You have big changes coming in. Maybe this is you giving yourself a little glow up. Maybe that gets everything flowing again. You know, something got unplugged. I don't know what flew. Let's get you one more angel number. What is one more message, please, and thank you? That's what I just said about the 10-10. So that's your ending. 10-10, embrace the journey. Journey, trust, opportunities, progress, happiness, enlightenment, and alignment. It's time to bring your cherished ideas to life. The right people, circumstances, resources are aligning in your favor. That's the sun. When the sun comes in, that's where everything just seems to work out. You don't know how, but it just is. And you embrace it. You don't push it away. You're like, no, sunshine, go away, go away. I don't want that big sunshine. It's like, no, be in sunshine. You know, take a hold of those opportunities. Catch that wave. I don't know why I saw that, and I want to say wade in the water. I think wade is a name as well. Happiness and new opportunities are on the horizon. What steps can I take to embrace the journey ahead? How can I stay open to the new opportunities being sent my way? That's whatever I saw where somebody was kind of dumping out the suitcase, having room. Even if you're just bringing an empty, that sounds really weird. If you're going somewhere and you're actually going away, but bringing your empty suitcase with you, it's because you know you're going to get something better than you would have packed from that old situation. I think that's what I was sort of feeling, where you have to make room for this new energy, even though you don't quite know what it's going to be yet. But it's like, you know, when you go to a store, I'm kind of getting that. When you go to the store for a gift, or, you know, you go to a store looking for something and you don't really know what it is you want, and somebody is like, can I help you find something? And you're like, I'll know it when I see it. You know, and somebody like wants to make their commission, they really want to help you, but you honestly don't even know what you're looking for, you know? So it's just one of those, you're going to know it when you see it. Take a moment to reflect. And then you do have this here. Take time for yourself. Take time to reflect on your long-held dreams and ideas. That's that 10 of Cups. It kind of flew away. And begin implementing one step at a time, trusting that the universe is sending you the support that you need. Beautiful. So with this, I bid you adieu. I hope this reading was helpful. I'm going to figure out a way to merge these two together, and I look forward to seeing you mañana. I love you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.